Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your English language live class. So we are doing transformation of sentences, right? And let us continue from where we have left. So today we will start with this rule of transforming an exclamatory sentence to assertive sentence, right? You know what an exclamatory sentence is? The sentences which express sudden emotion. Okay, so those sentences are exclamatory ones. An assertive sentence, uh, what is replaced by a very, and these are used after verbs and before adjective or adverb. Now what does this mean? If the exclamatory sentence starts with what, right? What a nice child you are. So how do we change it? We remove what. We don't use this word what in our assertive sentence. Okay, the word what which you are seeing over here, that is not used in assertive sentence. Fine. In place of what do we use? Very. So you are a very nice child. So in place of what we use the word very. Fine. What a beautiful day it is. It is a very beautiful day. Okay. What a pretty girl you are. You are a very pretty girl. Like that. Understood? So this is the first rule. Moving on. If the sentence, exclamatory sentence begins with how. So again, in place of how, we use very. How beautifully you sing. You sing very beautifully. Okay. How pleasant the weather is. The weather is very pleasant. So the words what and how are replaced by the word very. So when the exclamatory sentences start with what or how, so in assertive form, we replace those words by very. I hope this much is clear. Now when you have these exclamatory words in the exclamatory sentences like hurrah, so it denotes what? It denotes joy, isn't it? So it is hurrah is replaced by it is a matter of joy. Now let us have a look at the examples. Hurrah, we have won. So how are we going to change it into assertive? It is a matter of joy. So in place of hurrah, we will write it is a matter of joy that we have won. Okay, so this thing is added. It is a matter of joy that. So this will depend upon the word which is used. Okay, don't use it for alas. Alas means, alas is a word which expresses sorrow. So you are not going to use it as a matter of joy that he is dead. Don't do that. You have to understand the sense of the word which is used over here. If hurrah is used, that means you already know it expresses joy, it expresses delight. It is a matter of joy, it is a matter of delight that we have won. Okay. See, alas is replaced by it is a matter of sorrow or I am sorry. So you have to you need to know the expression of that particular word. Let us have a look at the example. Alas, I am undone. So it is a matter of sorrow that I am undone. Okay, alas, he is dead. I'm sorry he is dead. Or it is a matter of sorrow that he is dead. Alas, he failed. It is a matter of sorrow he failed. Like that. Okay, so exclamatory sentences also begin with if, right, which expresses wish. So if the sentence begins with if were, fine. So subject plus wish plus were is used in assertive sentence. This is your structure. Have a look at the example. If I sang a song, I wish I sang a song. Okay, so you will use I wish, then you will use subject. After that, verb in the past tense, and then you will write the rest of the sentence as it is. So if I sang a song, I wish I sang a song. If I were a bird, I wish I was a bird. Like that. Okay, if the exclamatory sentence begins with were, like have a look at this example. Were I a child again? So you will be writing it like this. I wish I were a child again. Fine. So in the previous one, if the sentence, if there is a past form of the verb right after the subject, then you write it like this. Okay, I wish I sang a song, and if there is a were present after the before the subject, then we will write it like this: I wish I were a child. So you will be using I wish in both the cases, but in the first case you'll be writing this past form of the verb. In the second case you will be writing were after the subject. Okay, so exclamatory sentences also begin with would, which again express wish or desire, right? So would that we could play cricket. We wish we could play cricket. So these words, if, would, all these words, they signify wish, right? So when we will be changing these the exclamatory sentences beginning with such words, we will be using the word wish in the assertive sentences. All right, we wish we could play cricket. Now, another type of transformation. So we have done how to transform one type of sentence to another type of sentence. Now we come to the transformation of sentences by changing the part of speech, parts of the speech, right? So when there is noun in a sentence, you need to replace that noun with verb. Then how do we do that? These are some examples. Okay, for most of the words there are different forms also. A word has a noun form also, a verb form also, right? Sometimes it has adjective form also, and it has adverb form also. Okay, so that will come with practice. I am just giving you the example how the things are done. There's no hard and fast rule of transforming such type of sentences, of doing such type of transformation. The poet gives an emphasis on this word. So here you see emphasis has been used as a noun. So what is the verb form of emphasis? Emphasize. Okay. Now, when you see at the sentence, it is in simple present. It is written poet gives an emphasis. So when you will be changing, when you will be replacing the noun with a verb, then you will have to replace the noun with the positive form of verb. Why? Because the sentence is in simple present. So that you have to keep in mind. Once you have read tense, you have to use tense everywhere. Like in math, once you have read integers, then you have to keep that in mind, whatever you do. Similarly, in English language, once you have read tenses, then you have to apply tenses everywhere. Okay, you have to solve all the sentences, keeping in mind the tense of the sentence. So the poet gives an emphasis on this word. The sentence is in simple present. So when you are required to change the verb, change the noun into verb, so you will be changing it into positive form of verb. Fine. Make a note of this point. So what you then second step, you have to recall what is the verb form of that noun. Emphasis is the noun. So emphasize is the verb. Okay. So how are we going to write? The poet, instead of gives an emphasis, we can simply write emphasizes this point. Okay. So the poet emphasizes this word. So now the word emphasis has been changed to the verb emphasizes. Similarly, if you look at the second example, he gave us advice. So when there's a difference between the spelling of advice, advice means noun, advice means verb. Fine. Please make a note of that also. The difference when we use C, that means the word has been used as a noun, and when we use S, that means the word has been used as a verb. So he gave us he gave us advice. How can we change it into a verb? He advised us. So you see here the word advised has been used as a verb, and in the previous case this word was used as a noun. So for this particular transformation, you need to have a knowledge of the different types of words and their verb form, different form. Okay. If I'll have time, I will share one PDF with you people where these kinds of things will be given. Noun, the words in noun form, in their noun form, and the words in their verb form. So I'll be giving that to you either before the vacation or after the vacation, but I will give that. Okay. Then he did not get success. So success is what? Success is noun. So what is the verb form of success? It's succeed, right? So he did not get succeed. He did not get success, or he did not succeed. All right. So instead of get success, we will use the verb succeed. So this was all about transformation of noun to verb. Okay. Moving on. Noun to adjective. So again, you need to have an idea or knowledge of the forms of words. Like probability is noun. What is the adjective form? What is the adjective form of probability? Probable. Okay. Disobedience is noun. What is the adjective form of disobedience? It is disobedient. Okay. So let us have a look at the examples. In all probability, it will rain today. It is most probable that it will rain today. Okay, so most probable that it will rain today. So here it is acting as an adjective, superlative adjective. So all probability, that is why we have used most probable. Okay, next, the teacher punished the boy for disobedience. The teacher punished the disobedient boy. Now, when we are using disobedient boy, that means we are using it as an adjective and not as a noun now. Next, noun to adverb, right? So like probability, the word probability, the noun probability has adjective form also and adverb form also. It's not necessary that a word has all the forms. Okay. So how are we going to write it into adverb form? In all probability, he will pass this year. Most probably, he will pass this year. So if we used probable, then it was adjective, but when we are using probably, then it is acting as an adverb. Most probably he will pass this year. And here also, most probably it will rain today. So it can be used. This sentence can also be changed into, transformed into adjective. Okay. And how will you change this sentence into adjective? Let me see how many of you have understood. In all probability, he will pass this year. Who can change this sentence into adjective? Who can change the word probability into adjective? Okay. Yes, Priyanshi.
Ma'am, it would be most probable he will pass this year.
Most probable.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Divyanshi.
Ma'am, it is most probable he will pass this year.
Arav. Him.
Now it is most probable that he will pass
Yes,
this
the
year.
word that you people are missing. It is most probable that he will pass this year. Okay. Correct. So now you people are getting it. Please lower down your hands. Fine. Second example, she joined us with much enthusiasm. So enthusiasm, adverb, enthusiastically, right? She joined us very enthusiastically. Okay, I will give you one sentence. All of you write down. Let me see how many of you can give the answer. The sentence is, she was dressed in a pretty manner. She was dressed in a pretty manner. So you have to use the word, the adverb in this sentence. She was dressed in a pretty manner. Let me see how many of you can change it into adverb. Yes, Shubh?
She was dressed prettily.
Very good. I hope all of you have the same answer. Okay. So this is how you have to change, right? We will practice, but since I was looking at your blank faces, so I wanted to give you one sentence to try. Fine. Next is verb to adjective. Okay. So there are certain verbs also which have their adjective forms. Like Mr. Roy suspected his peon's honesty. Mr. Roy was suspicious of his peon's honesty. Okay, so suspected changes to suspicious. Mr. Sen accepted my offer. My offer was acceptable to Mr. Sen. So acceptable is the adjectives, right? So accepted gets changed into acceptable. Adjectives can also be transformed into adverb, like I have just told you. I think this we have done, or what? I gave you to do, right? Like it is most probable that it will rain today. Most probably it will rain today. He was enthusiastic while going there. He went there enthusiastically. So like this, we can interchange adjective and adverb as well. All right, so this is all about transformation of sentences till here. If you people have any doubt, please ask.